20 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. I have Cox Cable at my home, Robin, and I go home and I expect it to work because I want to play.
Yes, you do.
It works so that I can play. Mm-hmm. And Stephen M. Rowley is on the phone. He's been with us before. He's the Senior Vice President of Cox Business. And you know, since hooking up with the internet with Cox, I actually use it for the business.
Yes, you do.
I mean, I do it a lot, actually, more than I realized. The 2016 Cox Consumer Pulse on Small Business Survey is what Stephen Rowley wants to talk to us about. Good morning, Stephen. How are you?
Good. I'm doing great, Larry. Thanks for having me again. Look forward to chatting with you guys today.
And where are you again? Where do you call from?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia today.
Atlanta. All right. How's Atlanta today?
It is a little overcast, but all good.
Yeah, I think we're going to get that rain, everybody on the East Coast that was in the Texas area 2 days ago. I think we're getting it today, or tomorrow. I think tomorrow.
Yep.
So what kind of questions do you ask when you do a survey like that? Because every once in a while, I think I get a survey. Are they all electronic on my computer?
We do them varying ways, calls, electronic, what have you. But we've been doing this for 4 years. This is our fourth consecutive survey. The first two ones we really focused on the small business owner, and then the last 2 years we've really focused on the consumer and their view of small business overall.
And are you getting feedback that changes the way you do things, or what are the consumers asking for?
Yeah, it's a great question. Cox Business, we've got about 350,000 customers across the U.S., but 80% of those are small business. So it's something that we want to stay very close to, even though we've got operations in each of our communities and we talk to our customers daily. I think it's important at a national level that we understand what those are. And what I would tell you is it's clear from the consumer that small business is a critical part of their daily and weekly lives, with about 90% of the consumers saying that they visit small business at least once a week, and about 43% saying they visit small business 3 or more times during the week.
And is that virtually, like through the internet, or do they show up at the door?
Yeah, we're assuming that this is actually visiting them at the door.
Okay.
Have you touched on advertising in the survey as well for small businesses?
You know, I haven't got into advertising as much. What we did do is we spoke about the channels, and we asked consumers, what channels do they prefer to contact the small business in general. And what we found out there is that website being the number one, website being a big player for folks. Mm-hmm. And then the first time this year we had Facebook pass email. So Facebook is the second way that they like to communicate, and then the consumers chose email as the third. So, we're seeing clearly technology and telephony services becoming kind of the shift for consumers, which I think if you think of yourself personally in your iPad and your smartphone, et cetera, probably isn't shocking.
Yeah, and people are using their devices now to pay for things and to order, that's where you get the menu now. You go to a restaurant, you look at the menu before you ever get there.
That's right. No, I think that's right. That's a great point, because when you say website, folks have a great website for your home computer, but you've also got to make sure that it's mobilely enabled so that you can see that on your smartphone as well.
Did the survey have questions about people that started their businesses at an age like in their late teens, and then they would grow their business and sell it and get into something else?
What we did talk about folks that, when they viewed themselves as an entrepreneur or when they started their first business. And as you can imagine, a lot of folks started businesses as babysitting or lawnmowers or paper routes, et cetera. And I think that spawned into kind of where we are today, where I think the entrepreneurship for small business and people wanting to start their business is higher than ever. We're seeing, reality shows really driving it, like the Profit Bar Rescue, Restaurant Impossible. But the clear winner in this space is Shark Tank. It's one of the ones that people really have grabbed a hold of, that entrepreneurial show.
Oh, wow.
And,
wow. Do you know, we
really
watched
get after it.
We were watching this video this morning, Stephen. It was these two young guys. They were at MIT. Is that where they were?
Yes.
And they won the inventors competition that they had. And you know what they invented? Like a glove or two gloves, that when a person who does sign language uses them, the person who they're speaking to with sign language can audibly hear. So that would mean a deaf person who uses sign language would be understood by somebody who does not understand sign language. Mm-hmm. And I thought these two guys, I mean, they could, I don't know where they're going to take that invention or if they're going to make it their own business or sell the patent to somebody, but they could start their own. In today's world, like in the old world, which was only 20 years ago, you had to find, a company that would help you sell it. You could literally start your own company and sell them out of your garage, right?
Right.
Because of what the technology enables us.
Yeah, that's amazing. We actually have we've got a program that we called Get Started. We've done 20 of them across the United States, and it's a pitch entrepreneurial program where we've got judges from venture capitalists to local entrepreneurs to we partnered with Inc. magazine. They've got members there to business professionals, and I'm just staggered by just what people bring to the table, from millennials all the way to seniors. It's amazing.
And what are the businesses that they're going into mostly? Is it technological?
You know what? It is. I think we see the millennials really view the technology through apps and things of that nature, but we see a lot of stuff that is philanthropic based, how to make the environment better, to just personalization. We've had some winners that really have been very, very creative.
Has politics entered your survey?
They have. We asked the question. I usually stay away from it, but it was front and center. It's clear that about 70 plus % of the folks really feel that government should be doing more for small business. But when it came to parties, they felt about 37% of the respondents felt that the Democratic Party supported small business more. But when you asked which candidate in March, which candidate could do more for the small business person, about 30% led to Donald Trump.
Well, because he's been a businessman, yeah.
Yeah.
Carly Fiorina's been in business too. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that is interesting, isn't it? Do you think we'll come to the day where we're voting from our iPads instead of going to the voting precinct?
I really do. I think at some point in time, with our continued advancements in security and identification, I think that we'll continue to advance that, whether it's going to be through retina authentication or through other areas. I do think that we'll be able to advance that without a doubt.
One of the questions that seems out of place, it's like one of those IQ tests, which one doesn't belong?
Yes.
On the sheet that was given to us to ask you questions from, and I would have not asked this ever because I don't see the connection. Do consumers really want retail stores to be open on Thanksgiving? Why was that asked?
Yeah, so we were really just trying to understand, resounding about 70% of the folks, 73% said no, they didn't need to be opened. I think it goes back to the why business. Almost 63% of the people said they want to support local businesses, and I think they feel that they want them with their loved ones or at home. But I also think that the digital age, the technology allows them to be open 24/7, so they still can order online, still get to them in fashions that they probably couldn't have in the past.
Interesting selection of questions. Is the survey available online? Can we go online and read the survey ourselves?
Yes, you can receive the full survey. You can download it at coxblue.com/newsroom.
Okay, excellent. Well, Stephen, good to hear from you again, and stay safe in Atlanta. I love Atlanta. What was it I want to go to Atlanta? Oh, Tom was saying, the guy who does the afternoon show said that Ted Turner's got a theater there that shows Gone with the Wind every day. I want to go see that. Have you seen that?
Well, I have. So I have toured it. But thanks for having me again, and really appreciate it, and hope you both have a great day.
Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you so much, Stephen.
All right, we'll be right back.
Fox Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. In the race for the White House, some considering today's contest key for Republicans.
The lines are long at polling places across the state as Indiana decides whether or not Ted Cruz has a shot at blocking Donald Trump.
It's like a circus, so it's almost over. Hopefully, we get what we want.
This Cruz supporter rallied with him last night in Indianapolis while outside Trump's rally here in South Bend.
Basically, what Donald's saying is, if I'm going to give an inch, you're going to give me something back.
This decisive race for both sides will be all about turnout for the 57 winner-take-most GOP delegates up for grabs.
Fox Radio's Jeff Manasso. Our military says that a U.S. serviceman is killed in Iraq when militants from the Islamic State group attacked. And researchers believe they found the ship legendary Captain James Cook used to sail around the world and that it's submerged in Rhode Island's Newport Harbor among sunken wrecks off the state's coast. Fox News. We report, you decide.
For me, it was the big S-Class from the 90s. Beautiful. My friend's dad had one.
The SL. All of the SLs. I've been watching those since I was a kid.
I think the 1971 SC was the first Mercedes that just blew me away.
Everyone remembers the first time they saw one, and the day they began to long for a Mercedes-Benz of their own. Well, that day may be a lot closer than you think. With a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz, you can experience the luxury, the unparalleled safety, the performance, and the style Mercedes-Benz is famous for at a price you can afford. Beautiful SUVs, sedans, coupes, and convertibles that are factory certified and covered by an unlimited mileage warranty for up to 3 years, so you can drive without a worry for as far as you like. And during the certified pre-owned sales event going on now through May 31st, you can receive 2 years of complimentary prepaid maintenance and special financing available through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services, only at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. You've waited long enough.
See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for complete details and limitations on certified pre-owned warranties.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
80% of the super rich people in his study made a habit of associating with other success-minded individuals. They also consciously avoided toxic, negative people. It's nobody's business whether you're married, engaged, or starting a family because that's considered pregnancy discrimination. Dark chocolate contains more antioxidants, called flavonols, than any fruit or vegetable out there. Surprised?
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Ocala's Got Talent, and the auditions are over, but the semifinals are this Saturday, May 7th at 7 p.m. right here at 301 in Citra at the Heart of Florida Youth Ranch. You can get tickets now right here at WOCA's lobby. They're just $10 for this Saturday, May 7th at 7 p.m. for the semifinals for Ocala's Got Talent. Don't waste time. Come right in today and get yours for Ocala's Got Talent.
Here are today's headlines from The Source, WOCA. A double homicide investigation is underway after an elderly couple were found dead after a well-being check on Sunday morning, according to police. Robert Roy Schwamberger, 81 years old, and Ruth Amelia Schwamberger, 77 years old, were the victims of a double homicide. Ocala police said yesterday. Officers responded at about 8:09 a.m. Sunday at 544 Northeast 43rd Avenue after concerned neighbors called police to check on the couple. When officers arrived, they found the couple dead. After further investigation, detectives upgraded the incident to a double homicide. Although the bodies were found Sunday, crime scene investigators remained on the scene well into last night. For much of the day, detectives could be seen removing several items from the house, including a wooden door. Neighbors say it's a very quiet area and they can't believe a double murder could happen where they live. Police are not releasing any information on whether they think the couple was robbed or whether their home had been broken into. The crime is an ongoing investigation, and detectives are asking for the public's help. Anyone with information is asked to call the Ocala Police Department at 352-369-7000 or Crime Stoppers at 368-STOP. The Star Banner is reporting that former Marion County School Board member Ron Crawford has died at the age of 63. The report states that he had many strokes in recent months and suffered several heart attacks. The report also states that Crawford developed pneumonia and had renal failure. He died under the care of Marion County Hospice in a facility in Summerfield. Crawford had no living family members, according to the report. Biographical information in the article states that in addition to his work as a school board member, Crawford spent 30 years as a manager in the truck leasing, movie theater, and industrial electronics industries. The The city of Orlando has set an all-time record for visitors in a single year. Visit Orlando reports that in 2015, 66.1 million people visited Orlando, growing 5.5% from 2014. For the second year in a row, Orlando has bragging rights as the most visited destination in the nation. Looking back over the past 20 years, visitation to Orlando has more than doubled. In 1995, there were 32.4 million visitors. Reaching more than 66 million visitors to Orlando is an amazing accomplishment for our tourism community, according to a statement from Visit Orlando and CEO George Agwell in a news release. He went on to say in the release, quote, "This new milestone and rapid growth over the past 2 decades is a result of having a tourism industry and community partners that are focused on growth and investment, dedication to the needs of our visitors, and the global marketing and sales efforts of our Visit Florida team and member companies," unquote. A record 33 million room nights were sold in Orlando in 2015, resulting in record tourist development tax collections topping $230 million in Orange County, home to the Central Florida Tourism District. This Sunday is Mother's Day, and it looks like moms in Florida can expect some good gifts. We expect the spending to reach about $172 per family on moms this year, according to James Miller of the Florida Retail Federation. He goes on to say, quote, "That's almost even with last year, which was actually up $10 over the previous year, so this remains near a record high. And it shows that people want to go out and shower their moms with love, which is, of course, a great thing." Miller said that nationwide Mother's Day spending is expected to top $21 billion. Much of that money will be spent on the usual gifts, jewelry, dinner, or brunch. That's one thing that moms want in addition to simply spending time with their family and their children. And he said you're going to see flowers remain popular as well as Mother's Day cards. More of us will do our shopping online, 27%, up 2% from last year. And those are the headlines from The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Intervals of clouds and sun, warm and humid on this Tuesday with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm arriving this afternoon over the interior, the high 85 to 89. It'll be mostly cloudy through the night with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm, though 67 inland, 73 on the coast. Periods of rain Wednesday, some of it heavy, and a thunderstorm, the high 77 to 81. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Joe Lundberg.
Ocala's Got Talent, and the auditions are over, but the semifinals are this Saturday, May 7th at 7 p.m. right here at 301 in Citra at the Heart of Florida Youth Ranch. You can get tickets now right here at WOCA's lobby. They're just $10 for this Saturday, May 7th at 7 p.m. for the semifinals for Ocala's Got Talent. Don't waste time. Come right in today and get yours for Ocala's Got Talent.
Today in Florida Ag News from the Southeast Ag Net. Well, those involved in the U.S. cotton industry know they are facing one of the most challenging years that it's seen since the 1980s. And Sean Holliday, who is a Texas cotton producer but president of the Plains Cotton Growers Incorporated, shares what he and other National Cotton Council leaders are doing to make sure U.S. cotton issues are understood and addressed in Washington.
The first thing that we're looking at as far as support from Washington is trying to get back in the Title I program in the Farm Bill. We've been working for over a year now trying to get cottonseed declared as an oilseed within the Farm Bill by the Secretary, and we continue to work with people in Washington to try to get that done.
But in the meantime,
the Secretary has identified the Gen Cost Share program, at least some short-term help to get cotton farther down the road.
And as far as reception goes in Washington, Holliday explains his viewpoint.
Of all the trips we've made to D.C., I think their understanding of how dire the situation is in cotton right now, I think it's increased many-fold. I think they understand that cotton's going to have something done pretty quickly, or there's a lot of issues in the cotton belt right now, and there's a lot of strain on money because of the prices and the competition we're receiving from other governments. And their subsidy levels being so high, it's just put us at a tremendous disadvantage.
And in other news, bites from the Lone Star tick are causing people to become allergic to beef and pork. A recent report from DTN, the Progressive Farmer, says afflicted people contract an allergy to a carbohydrate known as alpha-gal. All non-primate animals like pigs and cattle have the alpha-gal carbohydrate. The alpha-gal allergy is in the body's immune system trying to counteract the introduction of the carbohydrate. People with the allergy will show symptoms ranging from rashes, itching, or hives to possibly severe to life-threatening anaphylactic shock. The Centers for Disease Control reports the Lone Star tick is found as far north as Nebraska. It's also prevalent from central Texas to Florida and is found in every state on the East Coast. Randall Wiseman, Southeast AgNet.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.